Network sharing is an approach that allows one or more different mobile service providers to share the burden of deploying and maintaining radio access network infrastructure. And there are a number of different approaches. So we have Gateway Core Network and MOCN, which is Multi-Operator Core Network. These approaches are standardized by the 3GPP. We'll take a closer look at Gateway Core Network momentarily, but it's worth considering the other two approaches. So MOCN is an approach that allows for radio access network hardware to be shared, but also allows the pooling of spectrum resources. And we have MORAN, which is a similar approach, but doesn't see spectrum shared. And there may be reasons for this related to different regulations in different countries that may have regulation around competition and antitrust that will prevent service providers from pooling their spectrum. So the approach used will vary country by country. Now, as I've previously mentioned, network sharing allows for the sharing of radio access network infrastructure. Now, this may be a sharing agreement between different mobile service providers, but it may also be provided by a third party or a neutral host. Now, regardless of the approach used, the actual implementation, the architecture is the same. So in this example, we're using 3G, but this would also apply to 4G and 5G. So we can see that in addition to the shared radio access network infrastructure, we also have some shared nodes within the core network. So in 3G, for example, we might have the MSC, the mobile switching center in a circuit switched core. And we might see the serving GPRS support node in a packet switched core. And we could also extend this to 4G with the MME and 5G potentially with the AMF. So these are network nodes that relate to registration and mobility in the network. So we can see here that there is interconnectivity. So the radio access network is connected to these shared nodes, and access to each unique core from each operator is then provided. Now, in terms of the different architectures used for network sharing, it's fairly safe to say that Gateway Core Network doesn't tend to be used, and we do tend to see much more of MOCN and MORAN, but it's still worthwhile to consider this approach and its architecture.